Assalamualaikum. Hello and hi everyone. Thank you for joining today's discussion. Our group will be discussing the issue of uncontrolled urban growth, which is one of the challenges faced in achieving Sustainable Development Goal 11, which is sustainable cities and communities. Urban growth is often associated with economic development and population increase. However, when urban expansion occurs without proper planning, it can create various environmental, social, economic, and infrastructure-related problems. To better understand this issue, we will analyze it from five different perspectives, which is environment, technology, innovation, health, economy, and infrastructure. I will begin by presenting the environmental perspective. Imagine living in a city with where air feels hotter every year, rivers overflow every after rain, and green spaces slowly disappear. This is the reality faced by many cities due to uncontrolled urban growth. As cities expand rapidly without proper environmental planning, natural ecosystems are being damaged and urban environments are becoming less sustainable. This issue is closely related to SDG 11, which aims to create sustainable cities and communities that are safe, resilient, and environmentally balanced. Today, more land is needed for housing growth, industries, and commercial buildings. As a result, forests, wetlands, and open green spaces are often cleared to make way of urban development. Many cities are expanding without proper planning, environmental, and sustainable. Natural landscapes that once helped regulate temperature, absorb rainwater, and support biodiversity are being replaced with concrete and asphalt. This situation causes cities to depend heavily on artificial systems while weakening the natural environment around them. The main problem with uncontrolled urban growth is the negative impact it has on the environment. One major issue is deforestation and the loss of green spaces, which reduce biodiversity and destroy natural habitats for plants and animals. Another issue is the urban heat island effect, where city becomes much hotter because concrete and asphalt absorb and trap heat. This increases energy consumption as people rely more on air conditioning. In addition, the growing number of vehicles and industrial activities contributes to air pollution, which affects both environmental quality and public health. To address these environmental challenges, sustainable urban planning must become a priority. Cities should be preserved and increase green spaces such as parks, urban forests, and green corridors. Public transportation systems should also be improved to reduce traffic congestions and carbon emission from private vehicles. In addition, governments and planners should encourage compact and mixed-use development so that urban expansion can be controlled more efficiently. By implementing those solutions, cities can become cleaner and more resilient. This supports the goal of SDG 11 in creating sustainable cities and environment. Now, I would like to invite Hikmatul to discuss the technology innovation perspective.
All right, thank you, Chairperson. From the technology innovation perspective, uncontrolled urban growth can create challenges in managing increasingly complex urban systems. So, as cities continue to expand, local authorities must oversee transportation networks, public services, utilities, and also the environmental condition. Managing this system becomes more difficult as urban population grow. And the article highlights that technologies such as artificial intelligence (AI), Internet of Things (IoT), geographic information system (GIS), and big data can support more effective urban governance. The article that I found is these technologies enable real-time monitoring, efficient resource management, and also better planning decisions. Unlike traditional planning method that depends on periodic reports, smart technologies provide continuous and up-to-date information. For example, AI can analyze urban growth patterns and forecast future development needs. So, and then the next one is IoT sensors can monitor traffic conditions and energy consumption and also infrastructure performance in real time. while GIS helps planners visualize land use changes and development trends. Several Malaysian cities have already begun implementing these technologies, such as Kuala Lumpur Smart City initiative utilize intelligent traffic system and integrated digital management platform. And then the next example is Putrajaya, which applies smart environmental monitoring system and digital governance technologies to improve service delivery. So in addition, the Penang Smart State also initiative uses data analytics to enhance urban services and operational efficiency. So therefore, cities should strengthen the implementation of smart city technology through intelligent traffic management system, real-time public transport tracking, IoT sensor network, and also integrated urban data platform. So I think these technologies can help cities make faster, smarter, and more informed decisions when managing urban growth. So that's all from me about the technology innovations. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Imatul. Your discussion really demonstrates how technology can improve urban governance and decision making. For next up, let us examine the health perspective. Hanim, you can continue.
Thank you, Chairperson. So, from the health perspective, uncontrolled urban growth can increase the healthcare burden on society. A study published by the National Library of Medicine found that uncontrolled urban growth often creates communities that are highly dependent on private vehicles. As cities continue to expand, people tend to spend more time traveling and less time being physically active in their daily life. This issue is also relevant in Malaysia. Rapid urban expansion can be seen in areas such as Cyberjaya, Kuala Lumpur, Putrajaya, and Johor Bahru, where new development continue to spread outward to accommodate population growth and economic activities. As a result, opportunity for regular physical activity become limited. Over time, this can contribute to chronic disease such as obesity, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, and diabetes. The problem does not only affect individuals. As more people develop this health condition, the demand for service also increase. Hospital and healthcare facilities have to provide more treatment, medication, and long-term care. If this trend continues, healthcare system may face greater pressure, higher operating costs, and increasing demand for medical resources. In the long term, this can affect healthcare sustainability and reduce the overall well-being of community. To address this issue, health impact assessment or HIE should be integrated into the urban planning process. HIE is a tool that can help planner identify potential health impact before a development project is approved. And this allows health risks to be considered early rather than dealing with the consequence later. By involving local authority, urban planner, developers, and public health agency, future developments can be planned with public health in mind. Unlike traditional healthcare approach that focus on treating disease after they occur, HIE focus on prevention. This make it a more sustainable and long-term solution. By integrating health consideration into urban planning, cities can reduce future healthcare burdens, improve public health outcomes, and create healthy communities for the future generation. Thank you. That's all from me.
All right, thank you, Hanim. I see your perspective really highlights how urban planning decisions can directly influence public health outcomes. And next up, I would like to invite Joselisha to discuss the economic perspective. Joselisha, please continue.
Iqmal, from the economic perspective, uncontrolled urban growth affects the economic performance of a city. According to the article, rapid urban expansion and low density development have contributed to urban sprawl, where development continues spreading into new suburban areas instead of concentrating growth within existing urban zones. This shows that urban growth is extending upward, even when existing urban areas are not being fully optimized. As a result, economic activities become scattered across different locations. Business, services, workplace, and residential areas are no longer concentrated in one area. This reduces efficiency because resources are spread too thinly across a larger urban area. When economic activities are dispersed, cities become more expensive to develop and maintain. To address this issue, cities should focus on compact mixed use development. So, this approach brings residential areas, workplaces, and commercial activities together within the same urban district instead of spreading them across multiple locations. A good nation example is Tun Razak Exchange, where office, retail spaces, and commercial activities are concentrated within one development area only. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasnisha. Your explanation clearly shows the economic consequences of in some infrastructure inefficient urban expansion. And finally, let us examine the infrastructure perspective. So, Hanisha, you can proceed.
Thank you, Kumar. So imagine spending hours stuck in traffic or witnessing flash floods after only a short period of rain. So this situation has become increasingly common in many growing cities today. So the question is, are they the result of how our cities are planned? So from my perspective, rapid urban growth has caused infrastructure systems such as road, drainage networks, and public transportation to become overloaded and inefficient due to poor planning. So as city expand rapidly, infrastructure development often fails to keep pace with population growth and urban demand. So this issue is evident in Malaysia, particularly in Kuala Lumpur. Rapid urbanization has increased the number of vehicles on the road, so resulting in severe traffic congestion and longer commuting times. In addition, public transport systems face challenges such as overcrowding, limited connectivity, and weak first mile and last mile access. So the impacts of this issue are significant. Overloaded roads reduce mobility efficiency and increase travel time. Inefficient drainage systems contribute to frequent urban flooding, while strained public transportation discourages people from using sustainable modes of transport. Furthermore, governments must spend more on infrastructure maintenance and upgrades to meet growing urban demands. To address this issue, cities should adopt transit-oriented development or TOD. TOD is an urban planning approach that creates compact, workable communities centered around public transport stations. It works by locating residential, commercial, and recreational developments within walking distance of transit hubs, reducing the need of private vehicles and encouraging the use of public transportation. A successful example can be seen in Malaysia include MRT integrated developments such as around Sedamasara and Cochrane stations. In conclusion, rapid urban growth without proper planning can place excessive pressure on infrastructure system and create long remain efficient, resilient, and livable. Ultimately, a successful city is not defined by how fast it grows, but by how well it supports the people who live in it. I think that's all from my view of perspective. Thank you.
Right, thank you to all for your insightful presentations. I think we have identified five different solutions, which is the first one is sustainable urban planning, and the second one is smart city technologies, and the next one is health-oriented urban planning, compact mixed-use development, and the last one is transit-oriented development. And before concluding, I would like to hear everyone's opinion on which solution provides the greatest overall impact in addressing uncontrolled urban growth. So to start up, how about Himatun? Would you like to begin?
In my opinion, smart city technologies are important because they improve decision making and allow authorities to respond more effectively to urban challenges. However, the technology mainly acts as an enabling tool rather than addressing the root cause of urban growth. Yeah, that's I think.
Okay, thank you. How about Hanif?
I agree. But also health-oriented planning can improve community well-being. Because it more focused primarily on public health outcomes, but it does not fully address broader economy or infrastructure challenge.
All right, thank you. Really interesting point. How about Hanisha?
I think theory is highly effective in improving mobility and reducing transportation-related pressures. But however, it mainly focuses on infrastructure and transport systems rather than overall land use efficiency.
All right, thank you. And Josilisha, how about you? What is your view?
I believe complex mixed-use development provides the most comprehensive solution. By concentrating at residential, commercial, employment, and public facilities within the same area, it improves land use efficiency, reduce development costs, support economic productivity, and minimize the need for urban expansion. So it also complements public transportation system and support healthier communities.
Like, so that more effectively within compact urban development.
Sorry. From health perspective, that companies use development also support more active lifestyle by placing daily destination closer to residents.
And from an infrastructure perspective, concentrated development reduces pressure on infrastructure expansion and improves service efficiency.
Thank you, everyone, for your valuable insights. So, I think based on our discussion just now, we all agree that all proposed solutions contribute towards addressing uncontrolled urban growth. However, the group agrees that compact mixed-use development offers the most comprehensive solution because it addresses the root causes of urban sprawl while supporting economic efficiency, environmental sustainability, infrastructure performance, and community well-being. And at the same time, smart city technologies, health-oriented urban planning, and transit-oriented development should also be implemented as complementary strategies to strengthen urban sustainability. And with that, I think we all conclude our discussion on uncontrolled urban growth under SDG 11. Thank you everyone for your attention. Till we meet again.
Okay, thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
everyone for participating.